What is up, my people? Welcome back to the channel for another edition of Singles of the Week. I'm your boy Nasim the Dream, and if you're new to the channel, just go right on ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so to always keep notified on my newest content. You already know how we do. We're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna get right into the new singles. We're gonna kick it off with DaBaby coming out with his single Waitress. I was caught lacking with this song for sure because I thought, I don't know, I was just expecting the worst. And I didn't get that. I thought this beat was pretty hard. Like, it's a tough beat. These subs and cymbals are just straight candy, my guy. And thankfully, I wasn't bored with DaBaby's performance either. I thought he did a decent job. I'm going to be real. I thought he did decent. The ending, it's a little bit obnoxious, a little bit egotistical. Not too much of a problem, but like, it's kind of annoying. But, yeah. This is a good track. I'm a fan of it for sure. Then we got Rex Orange County already coming out with more singles following the release of his brand new LP, Who Cares? This song is called Threat, and I am already a big fan of the instrumental structure. It is very unique, yet so familiar in the rhythm. It's just such a delicate song. What I really love is when Rex softens up his melodies onto the chorus. It's just so sweet and delicate. I am in love with this song. It's fantastic. Rex has just been sliding bangers our way as of late, and I am here for it all, yo. Next, we got some more reggaeton music collabs with Anitta and Maluma teaming up on the song Lak Espera, and there is a lot of chemistry between the two on this track. I am enjoying this blend of reggaeton. The production is pretty solid. It's super memorable chorus. Like, this is a good one. I definitely think you should check it out. If you're a fan of both of them, they definitely bring their A game to this. It's a good song. Next up is a new single from Sophie Burch alongside with Antonina Nowacka. Title of the track is called Sudany. It's another very delicate, meditative, Holy Ghost feeling ambient instrumental. Beautiful vocal work on here. It's gorgeous. There's some like soft opera influences on here that I just think are just so gorgeous all around. It's such a peaceful song to play. It's just perfect from start to finish. It's perfect to start your morning, perfect to end off your night. It's just a beautiful, tranquil song. So many great qualities to the song. It's good. I love it a lot. And then we got the full project from Megan Thee Stallion. Traumatize is out right now. This track is called Not Nice. I'm going to be briefly talking about it, so hopefully I get my review out next week of this LP. But, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, she's bringing some pressure with some of the points she's making about her dominance and stuff like that. But I think overall, it's just a decent song. I'll talk a little bit more about it when the review comes out, so stay tuned for that. Then we got another single from Maggie Lindeman. This one is called Self-Sabotage. And I did kind of find this track to be one of the weaker out of the bunch of the singles that we really got so far from Maggie Lindeman. I don't know. I feel like it just feels dragged on. The pre-chorus is still bringing so much of my attention. So far, like, every pre-chorus just came out with on each song, it's been my favorite part. But it's like you're hitting this wall and you're not getting past this point where, like, I'm not falling in love with the chorus as much. But for this song, I wouldn't call it mediocre. I'm not going to say that. Because overall, I do think it is probably the weakest, least favorite track of mine so far. But I think it could have been worse. I mean, Maggie approaches this thing, making some alternative pop metal track that I think it's just okay, so it's alright. And next is this Babyface track with Kehlani. Seamless is the title of the track. I really wish I loved Kehlani's verse. And, you know, I don't know, maybe a little bit of extra strength onto the beat. But she is amazing onto the chorus. I just thought Babyface had an excellent highlight reel on so many points during his performance on here. And I'm just going to say it's decent just because the beginning of that with Kehlani's verse, it does bother me. I can't really ignore it, but other than that, it's a decent song. Then we got Sylvan Esso's album out this week as well, and I'm gonna try my best to get that out on the channel, but I'm just gonna be talking briefly about this one. The title of this song is called Echo Party. Awesome sequencing. This feels super obtuse to its design, yet it has such a pinpoint accurate sound tweak to some of the synths on here, and I think the track plays around with these a little too much to the point where you kind of get it. You're like, all right, I'm ready to move on to the next thing. But, like, I don't know. I think the track overall is just all right. The keys have a nice touch to it, and the vocals are pretty nice, too. But, yeah, it's just overall decent. Next is another single from singer Omar Apollo. The song is called Endlessly. The streak continues, and I am still loving what is being put on the table from this upcoming album. Like, Omar just sounds flat out amazing on this song. Like, getting right into it with the R&B styles and flows. I'm loving the chipmunk style vocals on here too. It adds a lot of nice contrast to the tone of Omar's dry vocals. I'm liking a lot of the new stuff that he's been coming out with, so crossing my fingers for this album. And then we got Excision and Wooly teaming up again for the track Name Drop. And something that I noticed about this, I thought it was cool that they add a sample of The Rock on here. I thought that was pretty interesting, but I think overall the track, it hits hard how it's supposed to. I'm just personally not that impressed. I mean, it just sounds like something that they'll always put together. Like, another clean-cut track, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're really good at that. That's your strong suit, so I'd be kind of on your ass if the production's pretty poor. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, in terms of my personal interest, I'm really not finding anything on here. I'm just bored with it. Nothing stands out to me, unfortunately. Next is this new single from hardcore band Gel. The title is called Predominant Mask. It's freaking sick. It's sick. Let's just cut to the chase about the song, okay? This thing kicks ass. I always have this, like, adrenaline rush that runs inside of me when this plays, and constantly me, like, jumping up and down, like, with so much, like, hyper enthusiasm. Like, I'm just sweating balls, battered and bruised into the pit. This is exactly how I should imagine that I will be for this song. Fucking sick. Next up is a new indie band's Yeah song. It's called Burning, and I love the drama built on the violins. It has like this like post-rock psychedelic interface with the vocalist Karen gliding through this with ease. It's an interesting track for sure. It's very interesting, has lots of highlights packed into it instrumentally. Great delivery, decent mix. It's good. I like it. And next up is hip-hop artist Token with his track A Prayer. And I'm going to just start with mentioning how awfully placed this sample of like this like happy birthday song was placed like in the middle of the track, like horridly. It's clashing with a bunch of things. It's literally just digging into the mix. It's mixed in awfully on here. But on top of that, this instrumental lacks so much depth. Token isn't really doing anything, coming up with anything spicy on these melodics. Not enjoying it at all. It just sucks. Next up is the song Unacceptable by rapper Cordae. I don't really feel like I went anywhere with this track at all, to be totally honest with you. It's a pretty mediocre beat with Cordae going on these concepts on things that are like pretty much a no-no, like, you know, like putting money over loyalty. That's what, like, one of the things that I really caught off of the chorus. But, like, you know, like things like that. But, like, I was just bored throughout the entire play of this entire song. Like, I honestly felt like there was no takeaway from the song at all. I'm giving it the red. Next, we have M.I.A. out with a new song. It is called Popular, and I really like how she goes about the instrumental on this song. It's almost like she has like this like Arabian theme to the instrumental, kind of more like, it more so reminds me of a DJ Snake song instrumental because of how that chorus, it kind of drops in like an EDM structured kind of song. That's really what I took away from this, and I think she sounds awesome on here. I really love the boss status that she pulls on here too. It's a sick track. You should check it out. Next, we have Ari Lennox out with her single Hoodie. By far, the least satisfying Ari Lennox song I've heard from her. It is super disappointing. The craftsmanship is so poor. The singing is so poor. The production, it's just crud, man. Like, I don't know what was going on in the studio for this song, but wow, this is just such a bad song. It's just boring, bland, just unenthusiastic. Ari can do so much better. Like, what happened here? Maybe she wasn't feeling it, but like, why put it out? I don't know. No bueno. And then we got YG on a new song. This one is called Toxic. This is falling into like a solely R&B influence mainly. He's still rapping on these verses, but it's definitely a true like R&B structured influence type of sonic beauty on here. It's heavily endured with R&B for sure, especially with the chorus. But as a whole, I wasn't really totally vibing with this song. It's not a bad track. I just really not that much into the way that this track just goes all the way through. But I will say I like the ending for sure. I thought the ending sequence was very interesting, but altogether it's just okay. And then we got Tones and I with the single Charlie, and it's honestly a lot better than I thought it would be, because first of all, I'm really glad that she's stepping away from this annoying ass style of her vocals that she has on Dance Monkey. That song is so freaking bad. Like, if you've been with the channel ever since it started, you know that I gave that album worst album of the year. No other album deserved it. It was so bad. Like, but it's shocking because what really got me is that she doesn't fuck with that song. She kind of doesn't like it anymore. She kind of hates it. She's like total Chainsmokers, where it's like with Chainsmokers' selfie song, like pops them off so high, but later on in the career they realize like, yeah, we actually hate that song, even though it did a lot for us. So I was kind of like, okay, so maybe she might want to go a different direction. So seeing with that, in this song, it is a simple pop track. It is, but honestly, it's not bad. It's got a vibe to it. It certainly does. I think it's okay. It's cool. And next we have this great PinkPantheress collab with Sam Gellaitry. I think that's how you say it. Gellaitry? Yeah, I think that's how you say it. The song is called Picture in My Mind. Talk about a great contribution, though, from Sam. Like, I love the autotune added under this underlayered harmony with PinkPantheress. It's like, oh, it's so rich and creamy and delightful. It's delicious. Oh, it's so good. Like, this has this like sort of rhythm of house music to it with like the piano stabs of how they're like placed in here. That's really what I took away from like the influences of what this sound and the instrumental is really beaming off of. But I love it. It's so sweet to the ears, man. Maybe a little bit more background noise would have done the trick, but I still think it's pretty good. Then we have experimental group Death's dynamic Shroud out with the song Fall For Me. Lots of notable textures on these sounds, man, with the drums, with the vocals, even with the synthetics on here. They sound very alive, if you will, if that makes sense. If you play, I think you know what I kind of mean by that. But the design is insanely good on this song. There are so many retrospective turns under the structures of the song as well. I think the arrangement wise, along with a little bit of the writing, could have been just a little bit better. Just a little bit better to my personal taste. But overall, lots of great work put into the song for sure. Then next is Zed's brand new song In My Head with singer MKLA. MKLA is a pretty good singer. This was the first song I've ever heard from her. At least I think it is. Nothing that I can recall. I have to do my research on that. But I think she sounded beautiful on the song. Like, production wise, it's fine. But Zed's Dead, I feel like if you're gonna work with a singer this good, like, you could have been a little bit more exponential, enthusiastic maybe with what you're putting on here. But because it's mainly structured for her singing as like a pop structure. It's mainly like for that. Like, but I just don't really see the instrumentals shining as much as she does. If it did, wow, this song would really gleam. It would be shining bright like a damn diamond. But yeah, even though because of that like kind of downpour, she really does hold the song on her own. So I'm gonna give it the yellow. Then we got Rae Sremmurd on Commuinty D K with Flo Milli, and it's painful. It's a painful song. Like the singing on the melody, it's painful. It's just bad. Instrumental, it's tacky. Sremmurd's verses are just bad. They're just not good. And I will say that Flo Milli, when she came on her verse, she felt present. Like, she felt like she was ready to go, but it doesn't save this thing. It's just not good. Next is this brand new Nicki Minaj single called Super Freaky Girl, which is basically an interpolation of Rick James's Super Freak. It's honestly not that crazy of a track to me personally, but at least the mix sounds pretty clean and high def. I will say that. And I personally don't think that Nicki did a bad job either. I'm just personally not really finding the love in this song for me. I'm sure a lot of people will, definitely. And it's definitely justified. I mean, it's an upbeat track, you know, it's popping. It will get you moving for sure, but at the moment I'm just kind of on the fence about it. Then ending off this week's singles of the week with JID's Dance Now with Kenny Mason. Guys, I just came out with a reaction video of this single. You should go check it out for the full breakdown. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, especially if you really like the song. Go ahead and comment down below on that video too. I want to get your thoughts onto the song. Thank you so much for the support, but I'm just gonna be brief about it right here. It's a hot track. So much style from JID. Love the sample. Great execution. Great ending. Love it. Love it. Love it. And that is it for this week's singles of the week, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and like, share, comment down below. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. And down in the description, you'll see all the links for the tracks that I talked about in this video, more videos, and also the links to my social media accounts so you can keep on me on the daily. And I'ma catch you in the next one.